funky time celebration. Freak out to the boogie of the grooving. Gotta get your moves on. Let yourself go crazy. Look out, there's a beast in your soul. You're out of control. It's an animal inside you. A little bit of dancing, a little romance, and now your time has come to party. It's the jiggle wiggle party. It's the jiggle wiggle wiggle. It's the jiggle wiggle Friday. Party, party now. It's the jiggle wiggle party. Oh, it's the jiggle wiggle wiggle. It's the jiggle wiggle Saturday night. You feel another happy hour coming on now. You're emancipated. Reach out to the rhythm of the music, pounding in your brain now. Got your soul insane, and you feel the heat coming on. You feel that someone, attraction's burning deep down in the middle of your soul. That's when you know your time has come to party. It's a jiggle wiggle party. It's a jiggle wiggle wiggle. It's a jiggle wiggle Friday. Party, party now. It's a jiggle wiggle party. Oh, it's a jiggle wiggle wiggle. It's a jiggle wiggle Saturday night. Party now. It's a jiggle wiggle party. Oh, it's a jiggle wiggle wiggle. It's a jiggle wiggle Saturday night. Party now. It's a jiggle wiggle party. Oh, it's a jiggle wiggle wiggle. It's a jiggle wiggle Saturday night. You feel the heat coming on. Feel that someone, attraction's burning deep down in the middle of your soul. That's when you know your time has come to party. It's a jiggle wiggle party. It's a jiggle wiggle wiggle. It's a jiggle wiggle Friday. Party, party now. It's a jiggle wiggle party. Oh, it's a jiggle wiggle wiggle. It's a jiggle wiggle Saturday night. Party now. It's a jiggle wiggle party. Oh, it's a jiggle wiggle wiggle. It's a jiggle wiggle Friday. Party, party now. It's a jiggle wiggle party. Oh, it's a jiggle wiggle wiggle. It's a jiggle wiggle Saturday night. Party now. It's a jiggle wiggle party. It's a jiggle wiggle wiggle. It's a jiggle wiggle Friday. Party, party now. It's a jiggle wiggle party. Oh, it's a jiggle wiggle wiggle. It's a jiggle wiggle Saturday night. Party now. It's a jiggle wiggle party. Oh, it's a jiggle wiggle wiggle. It's a jiggle wiggle Saturday night. Party now. It's a jiggle wiggle party. Oh, it's a jiggle wiggle wiggle. It's a jiggle wiggle Saturday.
Hello, YouTube. Welcome. It is Thursday night.
Turn your
Spacious
radio up
session.
if you want to get down. Life can be too serious, I'm saying. Let your hair fall down, get your mojo up.
Right with
Ready to hit that dance floor and stop playing. You got feelings deep inside that you want
ado, we are going to get into the Asia session. The Asia session. Alright, so first things first. Let's see where we are. I'm not going to do a full analysis right now because I'm a little bit late, but I'm just going to kind of give us the overview of where we stand. Let's move this here. And let's still try to get that. Oh, there we go. On the side. That's not it. One moment. There we go. This is it. There we go. Okay. All right, let's calm it down here a little bit. Let's start getting into the zone. We're not quite ready yet. We got to do a little bit of analysis, but we got to get Tono in here because I'm already late. So let me pop over and bring up the Zoom room. Oh, let's get it on today. How about, there we go. Join. There we go. Trying to get the connection established. Here we go. Okay. Now we will turn the music down just a little bit. Looks like it's up a little loud right now. Here we go. Make sure it is the right volume in my headset, that my voice is a little bit over. So let me know in the chat if I'm not mixed properly. I'm hurting your ears. Okay, so here we are with the Asia session. We are on a little bit of a run up right now. You might have heard as I was setting up, I saw that, I took a little trade. So I am one up, but since I didn't take it on stream really officially, I'm not gonna put it up on the scoreboard. I do need to change the scoreboard though, because that is from earlier today in the New York session. You see I did pretty well there. Okay, that should be right. So we're getting this little run up. Just gonna watch it here for a minute. I think MT4 disconnected, so I'll have to reconnect that. Okay, coming down now. Yeah, she's been outside. Okay, going to get situated here. Now that we're okay, so let's look at the 1 minute here. Now I put price in a box when we sat down here at 6 p.m. when the market opened, 6 p.m. New York time. This was the opening range of the Asia session. Now, you know, the Asia session officially begins right then at 6 a.m., but that's or 6 p.m. New York time. That's 8 a.m. Sydney time when Sydney opens for trading. For the first couple of hours, they're pretty much alone. At 8 p.m. New York time, Tokyo joins the fray, and that's kind of when we consider the beginning of the Asia session, the tradable Asia session, when a little bit of volume comes into the market, and and allows us to, trade with a little bit more confidence that enough volume is there to move price, that the movements are real enough to take. However, when it's moving, when it's decided that it's moving in a direction like it was a few minutes ago when I sat down here to get the stream going, I just saw an irresistible trade I had to take, so I did. All right, let's take the indicators off and just look at what we have. We have drawn on the chart. We have where I put price in a box. That's going to be our reference for the night to know how much price is moving up and down from around that opening range. Below price right now, we have the point of control right here at the top of the box, and we have the previous day value area high right above the box, which happens to coincide also with the pivot. Hang on. Why are my pivots not visible over here? Ah, that's why. DM3. The DM3, the previous day value area high and the DM3 are sitting right next to each other. Hey, there's Tono. How you doing?
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't a second ago.
All right, let me pull you up here on the screen.
Dial again.
Above us, we
3540, right?
Yeah, and above us we have
3540, right?
Yeah, and above us we have the DM3. We're pushing up against the DM3 and the previous day value area high right now.
Yeah, and the high today was 54, so it didn't break that.
Right, not quite yet.
The high of this session, rather.
The high of the session was just established at 54. So it's the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just established a moment ago.
Same thing.
Yeah.
All right, good.
So we are at the high of the session.
How was your doctor's appointment?
It was all right. It was all right. No bad news right now.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
I hear that.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna. If I make this small, what happens over here? Okay, that doesn't work. I need to keep it large. There we go.
I just dropped something in the chat.
Okay, just a second.
Take a look.
Yeah, give me a second.
No rush.
All right, just a second. I see that you dropped something in the chat. Oh, there it is. Oh, nice. Ah, yeah. That's great.
Thanks.
Very cool.
I've been on with this new prop firm all afternoon, man.
Yeah. Which one? The
Atlas.
The Atlas. Okay.
Yeah, there's some pros and cons I'll go from with you when we're off script.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right, I think we're ready to settle in. I didn't do much of an analysis here at the beginning, but I think we're good to go.
Okay.
I think we're good to go.
Yeah.
Make sure my trade copiers are working. Yes, sirree, Bob. Okay, everything looks good.
Oh.
All right, gonna turn down the lights, change the camera angle. Funky there on the angle. All right, turn this light off. And bring down the overheads. There we go. The music too loud?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. So you've been messing around with the prop firm, and you said it has some pros and some cons, and we'll talk about them later. Any insights that don't have to do with that?
About the prop firm?
Yeah.
No, I think we should probably look for another one too
Mm-hmm.
that allow us to do spot.
Yeah.
Because I think this is the solution, actually.
Okay.
You know, because if you get in trouble, you hedge it immediately,
Yeah.
hedge out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Worst case scenario, if the market goes parabolic, you close out that small hedge and keep on kicking.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so we trade a little bit different than we trade our own accounts,
Right.
but it still works perfectly. You know.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we can talk about that about Atlas. Like, let me bring it up because it's not no secret. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they just have a couple of rules that I really do not like. Right.
Mm-hmm.
The first rule is, which they clarified today because I had to go to 3 different people to get a correct answer because the information on the website was different from the information with the chats. One of the is profitable trading days, right?
Yeah.
So originally said, yeah, you have to make 1% for it to count as a trading day.
Oh wow.
So I said,
Okay.
well, wait a minute. That's on a $50,000 account. That's $500 a day. So you're telling me that if I made $450, it doesn't go towards my evaluation amount to pass?
Uh,
First guy said, correct. Then I got to a supervisor, he said, no, they're incorrect. You need 4 1% days to qualify the evaluation.
but the profit that you make on other days counts toward your total. It
Counts
just
towards it, yeah, but you
just doesn't
have to at
count as a
least make,
profitable trading day, right?
yeah, they count towards um the goal of hitting your $3,000,
Yeah.
but they don't count as, you know what I mean.
Yeah. I get it.
So we have to have 5 trading days of 1%,
Right.
which is doable, right?
Yeah.
That's an easy. That's not hard to do, right?
Right.
Um, the other thing is they allows it to hold the positions overnight, of course, right? But you
Mm-hmm.
can't trade on Sunday night.
Oh, really?
when the market opens. No.
Oh.
Opening new positions on Sunday night, not allowed.
Hmm.
Right? Which is kind of sucks, but all right, I can live with that too. Right?
Yeah.
Uh, um, and they consider, this is the part I don't like, they consider holding trades less than 3 minutes high frequency trading.
Right. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Yeah. I
Right?
don't know if I saw it with them, but I saw it with another prop firm that was 3 minutes exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so they said so repeated sub 3 minute trades used to meet the minimum trading days or hit targets quickly or gain large profits from brief moves is prohibited, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I went to my dashboard and I said, listen, I did 20 trades since I opened the account.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the 20 trades, uh, 8 of them are under 3 minutes,
Right.
but they're minimal trades like $30, $40, $20,
Right.
right? I said, so based on what you're saying, I blew this account already. So he said, no, your account is active. I said, well, then
What happens
where's
if
the
you?
line drawn?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Right.
so now that I know I have to stay and trade a little longer, I'll be a little bit less, you know, but you know how gold is, man. You got to get out when you got to get out.
Yeah.
you know,
Exactly. Exactly. You got to get out when you got to get out. Exactly. Yeah.
or you wind up with a hefty little loss going.
Right.
I'm
Right.
going to shoot them an email tomorrow and find out what exactly the language is muddy,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't want to go through a month of trading for them to turn around and go, oh no, you actually broke the rules, you
Right.
know.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It's important to,
Um,
and one of the reasons I don't like trading multiple prop firms is because they have different rules, and then you gotta,
yeah,
and then sometimes you basically have to, if you're going to copy trade them, you basically have to obey the rules of the most restrictive prop firm,
right,
right?
right, exactly. Um, and I think that was kind of those were kind of the main drawbacks. The Sunday night no trade,
Yeah.
the 3 minute high frequency. That's not high frequency. Like that 10-second one on Elite, you consider that high frequency,
Yeah. But
But then
even they took
they
that
got
rule
rid of
away.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they took that rule away, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, but I do like the idea. Oh, the other main thing is you can only have one access account. You're right.
Ah. Right.
So you would have to buy the other accounts.
Yeah.
But if they turn out to be a decent prop firm, I don't mind buying accounts,
Right.
Not at all. Yeah.
Okay. So let's see what we're doing here. Here's the 1 minute chart, and we've had this run up here. So you could say that we're extended to the upside. We're either going to come back down into the opening range, which is between these two white lines here, or we're going to consolidate, gather some steam, and continue pushing up above this little red rectangle here, which is bear volume. If we do that, let me just look at the 5 minute chart here and see. Let me pull this one kind of into a range where it makes sense. Yeah, we're kind of in the same boat here. So we're pushing up against the DM3 and the previous day value area high. The DM3 pivot and the value area high are exactly at the same spot. So we'd like to see more momentum to the upside and take some trades as we move beyond here, or see it topple over with some ambition on the way down, and there could be some trades to go on the way down. If we look at the 1 minute here, we can see it starting to come down, but it's going to hit this swing high again, so it might react here. So I don't think we want to take anything until we get below the swing high if we're going to take something on the way down. And we also want to see relative currency strength. We want to see gold decreasing in strength and the dollar increasing in strength. We're pushing through that swing high now. Okay, so it's being a little indecisive. Here's that 1 minute again. Let's look and see what the dollar's doing. So the VIX came down today at 15.3, so tensions in the world seem to be simmering down as far as the VIX is concerned, the volatility index. And we've got the dollar here on the bottom, the 1 minute chart, and the dollar, the DXY, which is the dollar measured against a basket of 7 other currencies, with the euro weighting the most. The dollar has been meandering down over the course of the day, and then as the market opened here in Asia, we're sideways. And the 10-year yield, the yield on the 10-year U.S. government bond has also been coming down today. We're at 4.161. So both of these things would indicate that gold wants to go up. And here on the 1 minute again, we are getting a turnaround. A little bit of a retracement from pushing that high, maybe a little profit taking, and now trying to push back up through the value area high and the DM3 pivot. And here we are on the 10-second futures chart. What we're looking for as we evaluate what kind of trades we're going to take, we're looking for price to reach a clean level. So let's zoom out a little bit here and see what clean levels are. So clean level now would be here at the top of the day, at the top of the session, where we're marked by a bear volume. So if price comes back up to this level, we would consider that a clean level. Maybe this swing low here would be a clean level, but it's not very clean. So I'd like to see price maybe hit there a couple more times and reject off of it before we would call that a clean level. Certainly down here, this is at 35.40. That's a clean level. That's where price has been in that range for a while since the up market opened. So if we get down here, and we want to see price do one of two things: either decisively push through, and in this case, if we decisively push through, we're going to hit another pivot here, the MM4, so it might not be as much of a trade to take on the way down. It's a little bit of room. There's three pips, $3 in price difference. So it might be a little trade there, but by the time you get confirmation that you're genuinely pushing below that, you'd be getting in too late to really take much of a profit there before price is probably going to stop and evaluate what it wants to do once it gets to the MM4. But if we did that, that would be one type of trade. The other type of trade would be if price gets here and bounces and clearly shows that it's coming back up into the range. And if it does that with some ambition, then there might be a trade back to the upside. So we're looking for the price to do one or two of those things. And either way, we're looking for price to behave in the way that I like to call a leaper. So a leaper means this is our signal for entry. It's a clean level. The push is real, whether that would be out of the range or back into the range. It's the right session. meaning it's the Asia session that we usually trade between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. Although we're usually done by about 9:15, depending on what the market is doing. But if it's sleepy by 9:15, we're usually calling it an evening. And a safe leash. Safe leash means when I'm trading futures, I have a very tight stop loss. I have a 12-tick stop loss. That's $120 in value on one standard contract, what some people call a mini. And so I need to make sure that price is really moving in the direction I want to go and not whipsawing back and forth and not being volatile in that little range whenever it is that I get in. And I have been committing the error recently of not ensuring that I have that safe leash before I get in. And earlier today I took 4 losses because of that error, even though I also had 11 wins, 12 wins. But, you know, it's one thing if you take a good loss, which is you obeyed all your rules, the setup was there, you got in, and you got wicked out anyway, you got stopped out anyway. Well, you know, nothing you can do there. There's going to be variance. Sometimes you're gonna lose the trade. But when you do it because you didn't check one of these boxes, the clean level or the safe leash, then that's on me. Over here on the right, we have the dollar versus gold. Gold is buying at plus 1.2. The dollar is selling at negative 3.6. We want to see these numbers diverging. We want to see gold getting stronger and the dollar getting weaker, or converging until they're about at parity and then diverging the other direction, which would mean we're going down. All right, we're going to bring the Renko up over here on the right. Renko moves based on price, not on time. So let me put that in let me bring this down here so we can still see gold and dollar differential while we have this up over. There we go. And that's the way we want it. All right, so for entries, we'll be looking at the Renko here. As I said, the Renko moves on price, not on time, so every little tick of price difference, regardless of what time frame it occurs in, the Renko will move. And so when we're looking at market structure here on whatever time frame we're looking on, we're always paying attention to that Renko for our entries and trying to enter in the direction that it's moving and never against it. Okay, we are seeing convergence here. The dollar is gaining strength and gold is losing strength. So that means we are going down, right now at least, in this red hot moment.
Yeah. Might be a trade here.
Yeah, so I'm thinking the same thing.
See what's underneath it.
It doesn't have a lot of volume to push it down. So right now, thinking about getting in, but now the Renko's starting to point down a little bit. Now it's pointing up, so we wouldn't get in now. Right. Sometimes it's just about sitting on your hands, waiting for things to play out. Not sometimes, most of the time. Okay. So we're sitting right here at the bottom of this channel on the 1 minute chart. Kind of depending on volume and how much activity is going on in the market, you can kind of tell which time frame is governing price movement right now. So if we're here at the bottom of the channel and we start going back up, we would probably say that the 1 minute is governing price action right now. If we look at the 5 minute, we were actually at the top of this channel, and now it's trying to come back down. Is it going to do that, or is it going to kind of consolidate up in this area, which would be kind of the 1 minute controlling things at that point? Just kind of what it looks like. Because this is not coming down right now with any ambition or really any indication that that's what it wants to do.
It's not a volume to make it do anything right now. We gotta wait for a catalyst or something.
Yeah, it's a little slow, a little lame right now.
Where do you find downloads on your iPhone?
What are you talking about? What kind of download?
I downloaded an ebook, but it just said it's being downloaded to download. It didn't go into my
Oh,
book app.
oh. Files. So you should have an app called Files. So if you go, if you
Okay.
pull down on your screen, you'll have a little search
Yep,
thing,
I see it.
Files, and then
Perfect.
in Files there
Thank you.
should be a downloads.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. You're just joining us on YouTube. You have any questions about what we're doing or how we're doing it? Now's a good time to ask while we don't have anything going on. Type it in the chat. While you're here, like the stream, subscribe to the channel.
Boom, boom. Go back up to the DM3, I guess.
Yeah, just very slow meandering, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is so boring.
right, we have the 8:30 candle coming up in about 2.5 minutes. Okay. This is not yet a clean level. Only touched here once. Oh, what about? That's on the wrong chart here. Not so this level right here. This on the 1 minute. Now, if price comes down here and pauses again before tumbling lower, that would be like an A minus setup. If it bounces there another time and then comes back and does it, then that would be a clean level, and by the time it pushes through there, that could be an A plus setup. But it isn't yet. It is 8:29. We have 1 minute for the 8:30 candle, New York time. $8 p.m. is what triggered this fall in price. $25. All right, we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 8:30. And what we doing? Okay. Little push. Little push off of that swing high. Let's see what this looks like on the 10-second. Now that could have been a good trade. I don't like to take it right off the half hour or the hourly candle because sometimes it's a false candle. Pushes one direction to get you to go in, and then it comes back on you, and you're cursing on your ancestors' graves. Or you're calling up Tono in the middle of the night saying, why? Why does the market hate me? Why does the market hate me, Tono?
Doesn't hate you, man. It actually loves you. You're just not loving it back, right?
Yeah.
The market likes nice, slow strokes.
I find the market is a fickle lover.
Yeah. There's a part in the book that I wrote. It says people think that the market is against them personally.
Yeah, well,
And it
I've
really, the market's not your enemy. You're your worst enemy.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny.
All right, we're hitting a clean level here. which is the DM3 and the previous day value area high. But we need to push up decisively to it before we can get in it. And then as soon as we do that, we're hitting the high of the day. But then also if we look at the 15-minute Hakanashi and the 5-minute Hakanashi, we see that we are at a big resistance zone. So even if we wanted to take these trades, I don't think we could take them.
No, it looks like it'll just be rejected on us.
Yeah. Let me show people what I mean by that. This is MT4. We run this on our PC, and what we're looking at here is this 15-minute chart right over here on the upper left. This big resistance zone right here, where we already are in terms of price. These are stacked orders, and so you can push up into that and have the feeling that you're going to push right through it. But it's like planet Jupiter. It's gas planet. You can sail through it, but you're gonna hit a solid core there at some point, smash up against it, and price will be rejected right out of there, and you don't know where that's going to happen. And unless you have a lot of volume and a lot of momentum to push through it, you don't want to be getting into a trade as you go into that. We're seeing the same resistance showing here on the 1-hour chart, which is here in the upper middle. So we want to stay out of that. I took 17 trades this morning. I guess the market's making me pay for that now, not giving me any.
What happened now?
I took 17 trades in the New York session.
Oh yeah.
Now the market's saying, no more trades for you today, Mike.
Yes, so preparing for the non-farm payroll tomorrow.
Right. So tomorrow we have news at probably, what is it, 8:30? Does it come out at? Yeah, 8:30. We have non-farm employment change, also known as non-farm payroll, NFP. And this is probably the biggest data release all month. This is the jobs report that got the Bureau of Labor Statistics head fired last month because Trump was not happy with the report. And the report was compiled in the same way it's always been compiled, but this was a shoot the messenger moment. And so we will see how this employment report is going to come out. If any indication today, we had kind of a preview of it earlier today in New York time with a data release called ADP non-farm payroll. ADP is a payroll service company, and they kind of look at their own data and try to mirror as much as possible what they think the non-farm payroll is going to be the following day. And so that moved the market today, but it was pretty dismal. it showed only about 53,000 jobs, 54,000 jobs being created after last month's 73,000, which was also underwhelming. That's the one that got the head of the BLS fired. And so tomorrow, if it comes in under 74,000, that's going to be seen as another dismal report. But also, we should get a revision of last month's, and so I think it will also be interesting to look at what the revised number from last month will be. That might drive things even more than the current month, depending on if it gets revised up a lot or down some still. If it gets revised, I can't imagine it would get revised down. I think if Trump, who I am sure is demanding to look at these numbers before they're released, if somebody took him numbers that made things look worse than last month, he would make that person change those numbers. And that is something that no president should ever do. Should never fudge your economic numbers. That takes your economy down because people lose confidence in your bonds and in your currency, and it's just be the worst thing for the United States to do for that, if that were to happen. But then again, I don't have any confidence that that wouldn't happen. So 8:30 a.m. New York time, we will be here trading. Join us. Or don't and face the consequences alone.
What I'll do is you do your morning briefing at 7.
I do it about 7:20.
All right, so I'll come on about 7:45, 5 to 8.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll turn on the Zoom. As soon as I'm done with the briefing, and you just come on whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
When is the book out? Let's tell people about the book. Let me find where that was.
It's going to be available on the 10th.
Open the chat here.
Yeah.
All right, this is Tono's book. It is The Gold Trader's Mindset. This is about trading psychology, and specifically about how we do it in our system and all of the things that Tono teaches about this stuff. It's going to be available. What day did you say? The 10th?
The 10th, yeah.
The 10th.
On Amazon.
On Amazon. The Gold Trader's Mindset. All right. That looks good. I can't wait to get my hands on that.
And you did the preface.
I did the prologue.
No,
yeah,
you did forward.
The forward. I did the forward.
You did the forward,
yeah.
right.
All right.
That's right. Yeah.
That's going to be great.
Simple things add up.
Yeah.
It's the simple things. Like Bruce Banner knew not to get angry.
Right.
And turn it to the Hulk.
Yeah, that's what happens to me. When I feel that coming on, I know that I have to get away from my screen, and you taught me that. The Hulk comes on, and boom, I throw that up, and I say, protect the accounts. I get up and I walk away because I'll start revenge trading, and once that Hulk comes out, once I get the adrenaline going, I can't stop myself. I'll sit there and I'll tell myself, Mike, you're revenge trading, and I'll do it anyway. So, and
It's a,
and
it's a conundrum.
I've blown accounts doing that, and I just I can't do it.
it's a conundrum. In other words, it's like a drunk driver, right?
Yeah.
You get arrested for drunk driving because you're impaired, right?
Yeah.
But it's because you're impaired, you don't realize you're drunk,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So how can you be held responsible when you don't realize what you're doing?
Right. Right. Right.
Right? The first thing to do is don't drink if you know you're going to be driving,
Right.
right? That's the
Right.
responsible thing.
Yeah.
But when you know that you're in trouble, when your mind is not in the right place, you know it before you turn into the Hulk.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And you can
Exactly.
walk away before you cross that precipice of
Right.
revenge trading.
Right. Right. Yeah.
It's like gambling, man. I remember when I lived in New York, my wife and I took one of the Port Authority buses to Atlantic City,
Mm-hmm.
right? And on the way down, we met some people on the bus. One was an Asian lady, big fur coat, big fur hat, ready to gamble,
Mm.
right? Another guy with really nice. It was winter,
Uh-huh.
right? Said this really nice shearling coat. He's ready to gamble. So we talked to him on the way down, and they were nice people, man. And on the way back, we happened to run into them at the Port Authority.
Uh-huh.
The lady had on a garbage bag.
No way.
She had, she got a hole in the garbage bag,
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
We said, "What happened?" She said, "I had to pawn my coat and
I had to
hat."
pawn my coat. Oh
She
no.
pawned the hat. That I said, "Wow." And the guy with the shearling didn't have his shearling.
Oh.
I was like, "Oh, how can you? You know, there's got to be a cutoff in your brain that says, you know what
Stop.
I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm going a little too far.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh
that you
wow.
got to wear a garbage bag back to New York. It was crazy, man. I never seen anything so funny, but it's so sad, funny
Yeah.
and sad.
Yeah.
She was cracking up about it though. You
Yeah.
know,
What can you do at that point, right?
oh man, she had nice jewelry on. She had nothing. She had nothing.
Oh.
So she went down, lost everything in her pocketbook, and lost everything that she was wearing.
Oh.
I was like, oh, that is crazy. You know,
Yeah.
what's this move? Eh, yeah. So I think I'm gonna cut out a couple minutes early tonight. I'm not feeling the 100%.
All right.
Ready for tomorrow morning.
Okay.
I'll see you about 10 to 8. Before 8 o'clock, I'll be on with you.
Okay. I'll see you then.
All right.
All right. Have a good
All
one.
right. Have a good night, man. Peace.
Oh, look at this. We could have taken a trade there. That was had some momentum to it. Is there anything left in that tank? No, I don't think so. We hit a resistance here. Right here on the 1 minute. Here on the trade or on MetaTrader 4. So we're hitting a support right there. Got nothing left in the tank unless we push down through it. Yeah, I wanted to get into a sell there, but I'm glad I didn't. I was feeling a little FOMO there, having missed out on that rundown. What happens is sometimes you get overconfident. You start thinking, oh, I've had 3 trades go my way. I'll get in. Price is going to go the direction I'm imagining it's going to go in. And bang! You learn your lesson. So the only trade I've taken is the one I took right before the stream started. I didn't put that on the scoreboard because the cameras weren't on, and I wasn't showing my work, so I got to take credit for it. But my account appreciated it. Now, last night, we were trading, and we called it a night right after 9. Right after about 9 p.m. That was so let's see, right here is 5 to 9 p.m. We called it a night, I'd say about right here, maybe right here on this first candle, which at that time looked just like this other previous bear candle. And then we came back a little bit later just to look at what had happened. Whoa! Previous to that, market hadn't been doing anything, just been hanging out. This is 8 p.m. So we hung around just like, oh, this market isn't going to do anything. And then boom, boy did it do. And we could have made some really good trades there. So tonight, I'm thinking I'll stick around for a little longer. And see if anything happens. Another thing to note is, today, or earlier today in New York, we had news that came out, and some of it was bullish for gold. Gold just did not want to go up today. I suppose because we have been up so far over the last, 7 days or so. Just been on an upward tear. So it kind of wants to come down if it wants to do anything at all. It kind of wants to come down at this point. But I suppose we're going to consolidate until NFP at 8:30 a.m. New York time on Friday. That's when we will see what this market has in it. All right, we have 1 minute for that 9 p.m. candle. Are we going to get a trade here at 9 is the question. We're not going to force anything. If we see a trade, we'll go with it. All right, we got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, you got to watch. These candles will betray you. Can't go right away. See, look at that. Look at that. It tricks you into going long just for it to turn around. It looked like it had momentum, and then it didn't. No. Not seeing a trade set up here. Okay, now it looks like we might be going up. But again, we're in that same resistance area we were looking at earlier. So I want to be very cautious about taking something up into this. It looks like it has some momentum, so I'm going to go. I'm going to get out very quickly. And it's coming back on me. So I don't like that. I should not have taken this. Let's be clear. This was a FOMO trade. I'll be lucky to get out. I need to stop taking these kinds of trades. I'm not kidding. I really need to not do this. Because then I take a loss, and I have no one to blame but myself. Maybe it'll let me out with a little bit of mercy here. Push me up just a little bit. No, it's going to come down. Look at the Renko pointing straight down. I'm out. Got stopped out. Again, my own damn fault. I can't be upset about that. All right, there we go. I took 120 on that one. I'm sorry, I took 140 on that one. All right, so that one put me back up to where I was, a little bit above. But again, that was a risky trade, and I probably shouldn't have taken that one either. It was right up into the same resistance. I just felt, and I could see that we had a little bit more momentum. We started to see strength in gold down here, which is at 0 now, but it was at 0.2. And we have negative 5.3 in the dollar. So those were diverging, and the Renko was pointing up, and I could see that we had a little bit more momentum and a little bit more volume was coming into the market, which I could see. This is my volume indicator on my 1 minute chart. So I could see the volume coming into the market. So I had my reasons why it was less risky than just the previous time that I had tried to take that same trade, but there was a revenge element to it. And that is something that I have to stop doing. One, I have to stop taking the first trade that I took in the first place, because I took that kind of out of boredom. I was been sitting here for an hour and a half, and there hadn't been a single trade, and I saw what looked like was setting up to be a good trade if that resistance hadn't been there, and I took it as if the resistance weren't there, but the resistance was there. All right, sometimes you make mistakes and they go in your favor. All right, there we reached a clean level, and we bounced off of it. So that was one of the trades I was looking for. Well, actually, I would not call that a clean level. Yeah, it is. It's the high of a day. That's a pretty clean level, so bounce off of it. And we aren't seeing, like a ton of momentum in the other direction either. It's just kind of gentle momentum. Don't give me that shit. Please come down. Down. Please come down. I need to update my stats panel. What am I doing? that wasn't a push down off of a clean level. That level was not clean. This level would be. This level just formed. Okay, Google, play ESPN from YouTube TV. Let's see
Playing
what this.
ESPN on YouTube TV.
Let's see how this tennis game is going.
Here's a summary from the website tennis365.com. The 5 oldest.
Okay, Google, play ESPN from YouTube TV.
Playing ESPN on YouTube TV.
Mental battles that you expect from these two brilliant players. Number 1 in the world versus the number 4 in the world was going to be close from the beginning, and that's how it turned out. Jessica is a fabulous person. She is so friendly and open.
All right. Well, it looks like Sabalenka won. I have a rule not to trade unless I am 100% dialed in. So I had to turn off the tennis. If I'm here trading, I'm here trading. All right, I'm going to turn off the Zoom. All right, 1 minute for the 9:30 candle. Now, why am I in a trade on spot? That is ridiculous. All right, it got me out, but all right, we are a minute past 9:30. With that little whipsaw action, I was thinking about getting into a sell right there. That would have been a mistake. Did not have a safe leash, and I did not push off of a clean level. So if you remember, what we're looking for here are leapers. Clean level, a real push, the right session, and a safe leash. What we did not have was a clean level or a safe leash. It was a real push, but was not a clean level. All right, I'm going to call it a night here. I can feel myself getting fatigued, and that's the wrong way to go. To continue trading when you're at that fatigue level, unless you're, well, just when you get to that fatigue level, you have to start considering calling it a night or calling it a session, and I think that's the right thing for me to do right now. Let's bring some lights back up here. Bring some lights on over here. And let's change cameras. There we go. All right. And as we always do, when we sign off, bring in a little more energetic music. Thanks for joining me tonight, YouTube. And we will see you tomorrow morning at 7:30. Now watch, as I'm signing off, it's going to decide it's going to take off to the upside. Well, at any rate, we've got so much resistance up there. I don't want to sit and wait through it. As I said, I'm fatigued. And when I decide to call it a night, I have to say that's a night. That's it. Okay. I will see you tomorrow morning, 7:20. 7:20 is when we start doing the analysis. And 7:30 or so as we start settling into trade. 7:45, close to 8 o'clock is when Tono gets here. And some other members of our Zoom room come in shortly after that. So I will see you then. Have a great night.